In the AFC have an uphill battle with the Chiefs and Ravens outside of the playoff picture, and the Bills currently second in their division. So Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have had an up and down season. We know that, starting 0-2 before winning 5 of their last 7 games. The Chiefs are currently third in their division and in the hunt for a wild card spot. The Bills started the season hot, going 4-0 while looking like one of the best teams in the NFL. But Josh Allen and the Bills have since lost 3 of their last 5 games, and they've handed the division lead right on over to the Patriots. Then after a 1-5 start, the Ravens have won 3 straight games with Lamar Jackson returning for the last 2. The Ravens are in second place in the AFC North behind the Steelers and now favored to win the division. So assuming all 3 teams now do make it to the postseason, as Marcus Spears is back here with us, who is more likely to go on a playoff run? I'll go to you first here, Stephen A. Is it the Chiefs, the Bills, or the Ravens?
I'm going to go with the Baltimore.
Let's go.
Baltimore Ravens. Now listen, I'm not ruling out anything with the Chiefs because that's Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid over there, doggy. Obviously, Rashee Rice is back. Thornton's there. Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelce. We get it. We know who they are. But to start out 1-5 and to come back and end up winning the AFC North and being in a position where now it's an entirely new season and you're playing with house money. And for Lamar Jackson, you got to remember, the Baltimore Ravens have been pretty elite for the most part with Lamar Jackson, with him being there, 2-time league MVP, runner-up a couple of more times. You got King Henry there in the backfield. You win the AFC Championship game a couple of years ago, blah, blah, blah. But this year, to start out 1-5, to be considered left for dead, for noise to be being made about John Harbaugh, and is it time for a new voice with them, etc. For them to have a god-awful defense and to go from giving up 30 a game to giving up 13, for their defense to suddenly look formidable again, for Lamar Jackson to come back, for Derrick Henry to not be fumbling the football, and for them to resurrect themselves and to get to the playoffs. If that happens, I think it'll be one of those situations as you look, Doggy and Swagoo, at the AFC and you think about Kansas City, Denver, the Chargers, the Colts, the Patriots, etc. And all of a sudden, we've been talking about all of these teams all these years. It's one of those things where you're almost, I don't want to say it literally because it's not the literal with Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson, but you're almost playing with house money. It's a foreign position for the Baltimore Ravens to be in if indeed they ascend to the postseason. Almost like we ain't supposed to even be here considering how bad we started off. And I think playing under those conditions would be very, very unique and foreign to the Baltimore Ravens. And as a result, I think with the talent that they have, they would be an incredible threat. I would have to go with them as the answer to this question.
I understand your point. Under the weeds, no pressure on them, some fun. But if they do win the division, it's more because Pittsburgh lost it than because they won it, because the Steelers are bad. I still think you got to take the Chiefs. Listen, they got work to do. You know, the 2 games back at Denver. I mean, they have some work to do. Assuming they get the regular season work done and they're in the postseason, I don't know how you can't take the Chiefs. They've shown they can win on the road in the postseason. They won in Buffalo, won in Baltimore 2 years ago, won the whole thing. Mahomes, Reid, he's not going to be worried about playing outside of Arrowhead. They still got a good defense. The Bills are a little sloppy. Allen hasn't been great. I don't trust the Ravens with Lamar in a big spot. He has only won 3 playoff games. To me, you still got to take the Chiefs as the team that could most likely make the best run in the AFC playoffs. So I go.
Mad Dog, I understand. I understand. And this was the most fearful question we had today. And I'm going to harken back to my big bro, Stephen A. A couple years ago, I got him on the Baltimore train. But also, Baltimore looked like they were going to dominate their way all the way to the Super Bowl. Remember, Stephen A., when Kansas City went up there and you hit me and was like, hey, man, who the hell we taking for this game? I said, take Baltimore. They've been dominant. And Pat Mahomes goes on the road. There was a big thing made about him going on the road for the first one to the Super Bowl. I am going the psychological side with Stephen A. Mad Dog. This is completely foreign to the Baltimore Ravens to be in this situation and in this position. And I think the sense of urgency that is going to be created for them having to play football the way that they have to play in order to get into the playoffs and sustain that success. And at some point, right, I'm going with a little emotion here. At some point, Lamar Jackson is going to break through. At some point, he's going to have one of these games in a big spot, in a playoff performance where he reminds everybody of why he's a two-time league MVP. And I could see that being this year, barring health and making sure that this team gets into the playoffs. And another thing, they left the door open. Mad Dog, I understand about the Steelers and Cincinnati and Cleveland, but they left the door open in this division for the Ravens to get back healthy, figure some things out defensively, and get themselves into the playoffs. And I think from a psychological standpoint, I'm not talking about X's and O's. I'm not talking about how good they'll be at a certain point in the season or what they're setting themselves up for. Sometimes in this game, as a former player, you realize that these opportunities don't come around often. And I think Baltimore got a little drunk on the fact that we're going to automatically make the playoffs. We're going to be one of the best teams in the NFL. We're going to get in. They had a tumultuous beginning to this season. They had injuries. Derrick Henry fumbles. The defense was horrible. They missing one of their best defensive linemen in Nnamdi Madubuike. I think psychologically, if this team finds themselves in the playoffs, after everything that's transpired leading up to that point, there will be some magic from number 8. And I think this defense is going to continually get better because they figured some things out with moving Kyle Hamilton closer to the line of scrimmage. I'm going to go Baltimore Ravens most likely to make a playoff run. And I'm terrified because I know Patrick Mahomes is still in Kansas City. But I'm going to take Baltimore with Stephen A.
But if you use, just like common sense here, no offense, Mad Dog, I'm just saying, the Chiefs are looking up at not only the Broncos, but also the Chargers. And then the Bills are looking up at the Patriots, who we all said an hour ago we obviously trust the most to possibly have the 1 seed in the entire AFC. Whereas Ravens, who are they looking up? 1 game against the Steelers?
Well, not only that, it's like,
but
first of all,
I think, go ahead, Steve.
The schedule is not that strong, and then on top of it all, they have the Steelers at home. And so we got to pay attention to that as well. But here's what I want to say this. The first 6 games or so, you're talking about a Baltimore Ravens squad that turned the ball over 10 times in this first 6 games. They haven't had a single turnover in the last 3 weeks. They've turned it around. Yep. And this is what I want to say, too. Because the NFL is the NFL. It's unlike the NBA. Unlike Major League Baseball and stuff like that. The NFL, you watch the game no matter what. You watch it. I don't give a damn what city you're in or whatever. You going through the turnstiles. You watching it on TV. Yeah. NFL is king. We get that. But let me tell y'all something. If there's something close to box office in the National Football League, it's that brother Lamar Jackson. And I'm telling you right now, you have any idea how many people are clamoring for this brother to end up in a Super Bowl? When you just think about it for a second. Just if you get 5 seconds, just close your eyes and just fantasize about the Super Bowl is approaching, and that brother is going to be on center stage for the first time for a Super Bowl. Let me tell you something. The NFL is going to be the NFL no matter what. But I assure you, it's going to be a little something extra. If that brother, Lamar Jackson, I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about the 2 weeks leading up to the game. When you know that brother's going to be behind center, that he's going to be on center stage for the first time, Lord have mercy. That's what you're fantasizing about. And can the Ravens pull it off? Yeah. I think I'm telling you, they get to the playoffs, they're playing with house money because nobody expected them to be there after the 1-5 start.
Lamar doesn't play with house money, though, Steve, because he is the 2-time MVP. So if they do make the playoffs, all eyes are going to be on him, even if they're going to be a low seed. Remember, too, about them. They have Pittsburgh twice, at Green Bay, and the Patriots. They still got 3 or 4 tough games that we got to keep an eye on.
Fair.
And
fair.
Be fair now on one thing, Steve, and I understand your point about Lamar at the Super Bowl. I get that. If Buffalo made it with Josh Allen,
that's true,
and the fact that City has lost 4 Super Bowls,
they're like America's
sweetheart.
Great.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. Those are the top 2 storylines. When
Come on, the Kansas City Chiefs, people are obsessed with that team.
Yeah, but they've been there so many times.
It doesn't matter.
But Shay, I'm just talking about, listen, it's all going to work. Nothing's going against the NFL. But the top 2, when you talk about the top 2 stories, talk about a Super Bowl, it would be Lamar Jackson because of what I said and Josh Allen because of what you said. I'm just saying, but you're looking at the Bills collectively, losing 4 straight Super Bowls. Josh Allen, how many times, not Bills Mafia?